Welcome back, my dear little ones. Today I want to tell you about an incident that happened in my life. When I was staying away from my home for studying, my parents were so tense to send me to a far away place. At that time, mobile phones are not allowed. Like nowadays, it was not available also. And my parents suffered a lot to get in touch with me. They tried to connect with me in many ways, but none of them didn't work out well. So, at last, my dad started to write letters to me. Each Friday, I will get one. In that, Dad wrote, Shama, you have to study well, be careful with others, everything like that, this and all. I also replied to each letter. Through writing letters, we exchange all news with each other. So that's how we communicate. Now children, you all are not coming to school, isn't it? At the beginning, it was very difficult for us to understand each other. Am I right? When we begin our online sessions, we started to see each other, isn't it, face to face, and it like that time our problem solved, isn't it? Now, to explain or share my thoughts or ideas with you, I need to talk or I need to communicate with you, isn't it? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you all to learn a new chapter. It's about communication. So the chapter name is Communication Today. In this chapter, we are going to learn about what is communication and different means of communication and different means of mass communication. Now let us begin. What is it called when I speak to you or you speak to me? Do you know? That is called communication. I am communicating to you, isn't it? Animals. Let us take an example of animals. How do animals communicate with one another? All animals communicate in their own language. For example, an elephant. Elephant trumpets. Cat mews. Birds chirp and cow moves. How does your dog communicate with you or communicate with other dogs? Yes, by barking. It makes the sound bow bow, isn't it? Is this bark the same every time? No, he howls, he growls and barks in different tones, isn't it? How does your dog communicate with you? By wagging his tail, whining, rolling on the ground, and he will be licking and also barking. That's the way how he communicates, isn't it? Now you tell me how you communicate with others. We communicate by talking to each other, and we will express our ideas, and with our gestures also we will communicate. Then what is communication? Communication is expressing my ideas or sharing information by talking, writing, with your gestures is called communication. I hope you all understood what I meant. Now let us see the different methods used for communication. Yes, telephones, computers, letters are some examples of communication. The object which help us to communicate with people are called means of communication. Can you identify the means of communication through which we speak and we use for writing? Yes, for communicating by speech we use telephones, mobiles, and also we will do video calls, isn't it? And for writing, for written communication, we use letters, emails, sending text messages through mobile phones. And so telephones, computers, letters are the examples of means of communication. You understood, right? Have you ever played dumb charades? I will explain the game. We keep chits of simple words or movie names ready in a bowl, and we make 2 or more teams. One team member from any group will come and take one chit from the bowl. Here, she or he has to enact in front of his or her teammates. These teammates have to guess and give the answer. The team which guesses the word first, they will win. We should play this game, isn't it? Now, children, what form of communication we use while playing dumb charade? Non-verbal. It means no speech. Through my facial expressions and gestures, we will be playing this game. Have you watched a Charlie Chaplin movie or Tom and Jerry cartoon? Yes, isn't it? How do you understand them when no spoken words are used in these movies or cartoons? Yes, by the facial expressions. Yes. Thus we understand that communication can be both verbal and non-verbal. Verbal means by talking. Non-verbal means by our gestures. Do you know dance is a form of facial and non-verbal communication? Yes, it is. Children, have you heard about sign language? The deaf and dumb people use sign language to communicate. They use a combination of hand and facial expression to talk and share their ideas. Now, children, I am going to show you some sign language. You have to guess. What is the meaning of this? It conveys appreciation, isn't it? When I am clapping my hands, that means I am conveying my appreciation. Now, what is this? It conveys, that means it's perfect, good job. So that's all about non-verbal communication. And now let's see about communication in the past and present. Do you know, in the olden days, people used to communicate with the help of pigeons, messengers and smoke signals. Do you know the pigeons were specially reared and trained for this purpose? And smoke signals. These are used in Greece and China and also by the tribes in America and Australia. And messengers. Messengers are the people, they were sent by the kings to carry messages from one country to another country or from one place to another. What do you think, children? Which means of communication are faster? Old or new? Yes, I also agree, the new or modern means of communication. They are the faster. But it has both merits and demerits, isn't it? Children, I am giving you one activity. You have to find out what are the advantages and disadvantages of mobiles and internet. Definitely you all know that. Now children, let's move to the next topic. Let us learn about mass communication. What do you mean by mass communication? Mass means a large, it means a group or it means a large people. Mass communication means sharing the same information and ideas with a large number of people. That means it helps information reach a larger number of people at the same time. Mass communication helps to send details of any pandemic situation. For example, I am telling COVID-19, or to send details of events to people as and when they take place, like the Republic Day parade or cricket match. Through newspapers, televisions, internet, radios and magazines, we might know all these details, isn't it? So these are the means of mass communication. So the means of communication include newspaper, television, the internet, radio, etc. Now let's see about newspaper. Newspaper tell us about important events. They share the information with a large number of people. Early morning we will get newspaper, isn't it? Next is about television. It is an important means of mass communication. And do you know they provide us with lot of information on different topics. It is also an example of visual communication. That means we can see and also hear it, isn't it? Now, the internet. It is called as the storehouse of information. We get information about everything, anything. If you want, if you don't know the meaning of this particular word, just type it. It will give you the meaning. Or you don't know which is the capital of United States or something like that. If you want to know any GK related questions, just type it. You will get the answer. So we also get information about everything on the internet. It is known as the storehouse of information. Next is about radio. Have you ever seen a radio? Radio is also important for mass communication. We can listen news and announcement on the radio. So children, that's all about means of mass communication. Have you heard about PIN code? PINCODE, PIN code. It is a unique identification number given to each city in our country. Find out what's your PIN code of your place. So my dear students, we have completed this chapter. So what all the things we have learned today? We have learned about what is communication, means of communication and types of communication, verbal and non-verbal, and about mass communication and also means of mass communication. I am here to give you one activity. That means a holiday activity. Let me explain first. Have you heard about the term occupation? Occupation means what? Occupation is, I can tell you, occupation is, the meaning for occupation is job, isn't it? What's my job? I am a teacher. I am teaching you, isn't it? So occupation is, I am going to give you the definition for occupation. Occupation is the work that people do to earn money. It is called an occupation. So different people. Are all the people are doing same type of job? No, people do different types of occupation, isn't it? Your father might be an engineer. That time your mama will be a teacher, or your mom will be doing something else, isn't it? So different people have different occupation. So some people, they will be helping us in our daily lives. So let's see about the people who make things for us, people who mend our things, and also people who sell things. And there are people who offer other services also. Let's do a quick. I will give you a very quick examples. With the examples, I will explain all these things. People who make things for us. First one is farmer. Farmer, he is the one who is making food for us, isn't it? Farmer, he grows food for us to eat. Then a carpenter, he makes tables, windows, doors, everything for us. And chair, that also you can tell, chairs. Next, a potter. A potter is a person who makes pots and pans for us. So these are the examples of people who make things for us. Next one, moving to the next one. People who mend things, mend our things, who will fix our things. A cobbler. A cobbler is a person who mends and polishes our shoes. Then a tailor. She or he mends our torn clothes, and also they will stitch new clothes for us. So that's about a tailor. Next is a plumber. If any water leakage or anything is there, we will call whom? We will call a plumber, and he will come and fix our pipes. Next, People who sell things, we need to buy many things from outside, isn't it? So we will go for buying vegetables, fruits, and people will be selling it, isn't it? And even for the medicine we will go out. So a chemist, who will sell the medicine? Yes, a chemist will sell medicine. And if I want to go and buy some cakes or pastries, where I will go? I will go to a bakery, and a baker, he will sell things to me. So people who sell things, a chemist will give us the medicine, then a baker will give me a cake, bread and all. Next, for buying vegetables, where I will go? I will go to a greengrocer. He will sell me vegetables and also fruits. Next, who will deliver milk to you every morning? A milkman will deliver milk to our house every morning, isn't it? Next, people who offer their services. A bus driver, they will ride a bus for us. Next, a barber, he will cut our hair, isn't it? So these are the people who we discussed about. People who sell things, people who mend things, and also people who make things. Children, you have to identify what's your parents' profession, and you have to write it down. What they do, what are the job, what they are doing, everything about. You have to explain about the occupation of both your parents. So that's all for today, children. Thank you so much. Have a happy holidays.